4, 3, 2, 1, and you should be live.
Hello, people. Do respond if you can hear me. Oh, hi. Yep, so I'm Killer. I'm going to be going solo for like the first, I don't know, 30 minutes, because Wins is still driving home right now, trying to get in here. I've got, I think Max is in the chat, and I've got maybe Midnight, but who knows. So for now, we're going to be covering content that we covered before in the summer stream, because that was already a pretty big story plot point, and we don't want to spoil too much, because Demo 5 has a lot more story reveals, so... especially, this would also be refreshing for those who didn't watch the previous stream. Anyways, if you guys are ready, I'll be starting the game now. Are y'all ready? I got this build. I started a new game. And I got this build about, say, an hour ago. So if something breaks, you blame Max Rock. Got it? Hashtag blame Max. So yeah, this will function as a previous one where I speed through parts that we've all seen before. And anything that's new, well, then I'll take the time to slow down and show it. So if you guys have questions, you can feel free to ask them. Keep in mind, I don't have Wins here to help me, so if you have a question and I missed it, please don't hesitate to repost it. If someone wants to link the Chrono Discord, you can also put our questions there. You simply write exclamation mark question with what you want to say, and then it'll get put into a log for me to answer after this stream. But for now, you guys can ask questions here. Also, someone to give me a count of how many people are watching this at the moment. It should be about 100. And you can skip the tutorial, as always. This is coming off Nintendo DS. Sorry, no. 130, not bad. We could do better than that. Excalibur, you only do the question command in the Chrono Discord, and it gets put into the log for you to look at. But in the Twitch, you just simply write your question. Max is doing fine. If he's in the chat, he'll give you more details. But pretty much, he's almost back on his feet. Once he is, Demo 5 will be out. Once he is, of course, but that's if he gets there after the holidays. Post Chrono Discord? Well, sure, we can do that. Give me a minute, guys. Alright, if someone thinks I'm too loud, tell me. I can lower my mic a bit. Okay, so here you got. Apparently, I'm not allowed to post links, so rip. That answers that. That answers that. Yeah, Discord's on the website. So for those of you that don't realize or don't remember, we have maps in coming Demo 5. Alright, lower my mic just a tad. Just a tad. Okay, so we have maps. And of course, Demo 5 will come, of course, in new music. I know, I think the graphics have really taken off in our game. A lot of work has been done in this. And we have a new edition Demo 5. These things. They'll be changed slightly for the release, but suffice to say, easy money. Just get this. By the way, Max, if you're watching, you can direct our team to the appropriate channels. Like, tell them to go to TeamBN. Oh yes, I do love the internet theme. It's quite amazing. Dan Sydney, yes and no, because there'll be easier ways to grind bug frags. This is just one avenue. Prof, you could type exclamation question in any channel, and it should get passed to stream questions for me to look at. You can actually write in stream questions. So, but yeah, so given the only one playing, I'm the only one here, so give Win some time for him to get back down here, and he'll probably read the questions off. You know, the actual questions, not just people just, you know, writing nonsense. Mugen, there will be a form gimmick, as you have. 1 minute, guys. We have an error here. Like I said, blame Max this one. And I blame Max that one. Anyways, I'm gonna post this one to him. Like I said, this one was experimental build an hour. So I'm gonna use the previous build I got yesterday, which is the working build. So blame, like I said, guys, you blame Max. Blame Maxi Rock. Where is that build? Where is the build? I blame him for everything. Actually, no. While I have the time, I'm actually gonna get off Skype because Skype is always an issue. Skype is actually causing me to have problems. Like I said, blame Max. Just give me a minute, people. I just need a minute to put up the next build because that was an experimental one. There you go. Let me know if you can see it just fine. You should be able to see it just fine now, right? Anyways, let's get the judge on. Actually, let's test that right now. And that works. Got it. What's Max? What's Max? Rigged. Yeah, blame Max. He's like, Killa, use this build. It'll work just fine. Don't worry, we lost like what? 2 minutes of progress. I have 2.5 hours slot. We're good. We're good. Totally working fine. So basically, guys, how we do it in Chrono X is we have like a safe build, and then we have like a build that we use for production. You know, like in case this last minute thing I wanted, Max will put it in the build before I get it. So I have the safe build over here, and then he gives me this build right before we will go on live because it had something that I wanted. Doesn't matter. It takes like 2 seconds to actually get into it. Sorry, guys. Chat. Does anyone ask a question? Nope. Is uninstall? I think I don't know because when we made our systems, uninstall wasn't like in the plan. So when Max made the system, it wasn't accounted for that. That said, its absence probably won't affect you too much because our Megadudes setup is quite different than Banner X6. So uninstall wouldn't even be as viable, or actually it'd be too strong for the game anyway. So basically, no. But I don't think it'll be a huge problem later on. Yeah, Prof, that's correct. Thanks. Needed that. Metars. Miss counter, LOL. Symes, I'm surprised you're here. You want to spoil the game for yourself? Well, I mean, this chapter 1 is nothing much to spoil, but like, surprised you're here. Because some cutscenes I'll be playing out. We don't want that thing. We don't want it. We don't want it. Let's burn it. Alright, so now we officially got up to where we were before. Yeah, we took a lot of time to make the art much better. The game looks a lot better now. Like, Demo 4 looks ugly now. Ugly to me. Every time I see Demo 4, I'm just like, ew. Mugshot got better. And the internet's been about the same. But, Mugshot's a lot better. Chips have gotten a lot better. The art got a lot better. Menus have been... Well, the menus are the same, so... Guts Manor game has gotten quite a bit. Come on, Guts Man. Thank you. Oh. Beautiful. Okay, fine. Gus Middle. Draco, you can join our Discord. If you join our Discord, then updates will be streamlined to you. So you don't need to worry about it. A little fat kid, do you mean Demo 4 Mugshot Land or Demo 5 Mugshot Land? Which is the one I'm using now. Demo 4 Mugshot, I can understand might scare you. Come on. Ay, come on. I'm actually feeling okay, it's just talking constantly is gonna get to my voice. Okay, so we did change Chapter 1 since Demo 4, because we actually had to rewrite the whole game over again. So we said, okay, let's just change the part of Chapter 1 that we don't really like. So anyways, I know Prof is probably very happy about that because, you know, he was one of the more vocal fans when it comes to, you know, I don't like this chapter. Odd, because last stream people said they didn't like the boss theme. Now they say they like the boss theme. I mean, Maxi, the Man's Track, our new musician, his music does tend to grow on you quite a bit. So Maxi, if you're watching this, take some notes. I think he's watching this. I pinged the link to him. So. course it is. Actually, Mizu it isn't, so... You're actually right, that's a good comment. It isn't Geostel's Red. Thanks. So, it is summertime in Chrono X story. Oh, hey, Maxie. Ping. Hi, Prof. You know what, Prof? You know what, Prof? Hope you went busy, bro. There. There. Be happy. Pan and grab asterisk, that's fine. Oh, look at this. 0101001101100101. Interesting. We don't need to worry about that, do we? No. Don't worry about that at all. That's it. If you guys like the music already, then you're already gonna like the music when it gets down to brass tacks, as I say. So, guys, we still have 130 people. Like all I have the chat popped out. Honestly, I don't actually have the stream up. So this guy is going to repair the problem with the ventilation. Not suspicious at all. No. Not suspicious at all. So yeah, she tells us about the help BBS. And as for the help BBS, I'm going to do the quickest quest in the game right now. Which is just to go to the machine. Because it has a decent reward. See, this lady actually has a problem with the vending machine, and she's gonna help us by giving us money. Actually, no, she's gonna give us a good reward that we want, and I'm going to use that reward to great effect in the next dungeon. So, let's just get this reward over with. And here you get a buster up. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yes, Kitty, us a reward. We don't get her money. And despite getting her money back, the drink that she wanted was empty anyway. So rip. Anyways, now that you have 6 MB, I'm a regular mini bomb. Yes, mini bomb. Put all this in. Actually, no, I want that white sword. Hold on. So why mini bomb, you may ask? Well, you'll see. So the next cutscenes are pretty much the same as in Demo 4, so I'm going to be skipping them. Okay. If you played Demo 4, you know the story by now. left R2. Prop, please. And counter with mini bomb. Hi, Wins. Get in the chat already. Come on, man. Go to marathon setup and get in the chat. Pink cheese and cereal. Yes, Fat Kid. So, actually, Demify would have been out by now. The thing is, Max Rock had that huge storm hit him, like I posted about. I don't know if you read it. And he's only recently just getting back on his feet from that because his house got flooded and basically lots of damages were done to him and his town. So because of that, obviously Demify had to be delayed until he got back on his feet. And Max Rock just recently got back on his feet. So now that he's back on his feet, I'd say, look for a trailer very shortly. Alright, so Wins will be on in 10 minutes. Good. He can help with the questions and the advertising and all that. Poor Navi. Yeah, he had to get a new computer. I helped him getting a new computer, so he's been working a lot faster now to make up for it. So if you touch a cloud, you take damage. I'll just take a run right now. So you take 10 damage per cloud you touch. So. And they have a set pattern to them. So like for this one has two at a time. So left to bottom two, top two, bottom two, top two. Well, yes, it's a cutscene problem. We show a new virus in this area, Turbo Wind. Basically, it dropped the wind chips. There's one change though, so after a few seconds, Turbo Wind will keep pushing you, but then he'll pull you just like this. And so basically, their wind and fan roll into one virus. Free dash chip, take that. Yeah, basically method, you see this right here? You can run through this right here. Look at this, look at this. Just run right through it. Take a shortcut, but you take like 60 damage. You don't want to take 60 damage. Oh, this is gonna be easy. Take that. And, oh, we got Mini Bomb Masters. Thank you very much. That's going to folder right away. We want that Mini Bomb Asterisk, so. Ugh. Now we are at 1 HP and this dungeon can't kill you, so. Who needs help for the speed run? You always need help, man. So we gotta take the prog to the end so that he can, turn off the systems and stop all this nonsense. Zero, this is Demify but developer build, so it's not completely done yet, but it is almost done. Like I said, there's a certain pattern and weakness to each of these vents, so you just gotta find a weakness. In fact, watching this, you can pretty much see all the weaknesses, so... Thank you. What'd I get? 20 ray gun? Another mini bomb master, so why not? There's more chips than just mini bomb master in this area, but that said, you know, this is gonna be really helpful. Super program spin. Yes, Kilios. If a program is hit by the gas, he goes back to his spawn point. So, yeah. And healthful after each area, a pro will give you full energy. So let's use that full energy right now. Well, that's nothing, Mega Man. So we can get more chips in here. Want to do one more, see what we can get? Let's see what we can get. Mini Bomb Masters. What other Astros lies in this area, I wonder. Let's try it. Well, just one more. Just one more. This RNG is going to be a problem. Oh yeah, I would totally buy 3 years collection. Well. Yeah, speed run. Don't worry about it. Anyways, that's it for that one. Let's just try to keep going. There's also Spreader Asterisk in Area 1, by the way, but I was trying to get it. I want Spreader Asterisk. Spreader Asterisk is better. But hey, what can you do? Sometimes RNG doesn't give what you want. And I can't stay there forever. Ooh. Ah, didn't get what I wanted. So chapter 1 is actually really fast now. I'm kind of taking my time, but you know, we're already at the boss, so. Let's fight one more fight, see if we can get what I want. Hold up. Okay, so in the first dungeon, we introduced a new battle chip called Maelstrom. Essentially, this is it does 90 damage to anything that's coming out of a hole. And so since it comes out of a hole, we can put it on our crack shots and make a combo. So if you guys feel like grinding, you can get some new chips here. And we're already at 20 standard chips before Raven. So. Wins, get on here already. Come on, you're taking too long, man. So yeah, one of the biggest feedbacks of Demo 4 that I thought was the case, and that we also got was that, you know, it's hard to get chips, and that you feel like weak. And that was the case because, unfortunately, you know, we didn't have enough chips. I didn't have enough chips to give out this time. But now that we took the time to make up a lot of chips, I took the time to distribute them more evenly. Correct, Prof. In this card, we can only get it as a battle mystery data. But in the future, you'll pretty much, you know, get more of them. And so we have our Maelstrom. I should have put back on the thing, but whatever. What can you do? Oh, look at that combo with a mini bomb, of course. Wrecking with mini bombs, man. Easy peasy. That was a 9. We ain't doing so bad, people. Methodical Bliss, mini bomb better. Nick, so what those pounds do is if you stand on them, they'll cause like a sword attack to come up to attack you. So if you want to use your swords on a Raven, you have to be very fast and moving on them, attacking and then backing off. You can't just linger there because because he'll just pretty much punish you. Anyways, so the comp got a lot better because the previous comp looked very stock, but we changed it. Took the time to make all this stuff up. I think I'll rock mini bombs as a challenge run from here on out, and then switch to crack shot midway through chapter 2. After noise jump K, I'll switch to crack shot, I suppose. Actually, no. MSG, I think they were changed a little bit, like in the rewrite, but not by much. Reaper, no. Well, especially in Raven's case, he doesn't give his chip the first time around. There's a good reason for that one though, but you'll see when we get there. You'll see when we get there. So. Okay, skip that. Yeah, usually they don't drop the first time. Though I can see why people would want the Star Force way, which they drop an S rank on the first time. I think that was only Star Force 3 that did that. I think it was only 3 that did that one, to be honest with you. So, there's that. Boats and Joes, we have about 5 people. So, we have a few contractors, people who just come and do a few sprites and do off, but we only have about 5 people. So don't worry about too much. We need more spiders, so if you have anyone who's good with art, sprite art, send them our way, please. What? Hold the phone. Oh boy. Let's see what we get. What do we get, people? What do we get? 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 1, 2. That's 5 zeros, people. That's 5 zeros. We're rich. We're rich. We're rich. We're rich. This game is broken. Game has been broken. Game is broke. Rip. Excuse me. Let's get this. Well, that was broken. Let's see if we can run this fight. Thank you. Oh man, this getting all those HE memory is going to make this so much faster. Can you say before the gold data? I mean, it's randomly generated. You know, when you jack it, it's not like it's gonna reset. See how it works in 6 is once you jack in, it's already set. So and you don't know unless you find it. If it spawns at all, that is. So you know, it's hard to say. Will resetting change the contents? No. Rip. Yeah, we have 93,500. Method, I believe it's decided on Jacket in Chrono X. I don't know about 6. I can't tell you there. I can tell you that's decided, you know, it's already decided per area. Like we changed the rewards to be a little different than 6. So. I know, right? Only 93,000? What am I going to do with that? Game is busted. Nerf, please. Buy more mini bombs. Yes, we should definitely buy mini bombs. Warren, I can't give you playtime yet because I give up playtime when the play testers get a hold of the game and they tell me how much time they took. See, I can't use my time as a developer. Prof 9, please. Nothing is rigged. Please. Quack. And another 1,200 Zenny. Just like that. We're getting money left, right, and center here. Let's get this. Yes, Prof. Yes, Prof. That's actually quite stupid that you noticed that. Quack. Quack. Yes, Method. Battle rates have been increased for me. Yes, Method. They've been increased for me because obviously I had to check all the rewards and test playtesting purposes. So, Prof 9, no. Well, it's kind of buff, but it's the same basic effect, just kind of buffed to its damage and its values. So. Quack. Actually, what do we get anything? Let's see. Let's not do that. Let's put on a roll chip. Let's get rid of a sword for that. Okay, hold on. Let me tell once to get down here. Alright. I tend to agree that they are typically the worst the Mega Reward, so. yes, there will be an official soundtrack. Prop, the HP bubble is 30. Alright, let's try it on Maelstrom ship. Die! Thank you. Goodbye. All right, guys. Actually, no. Let's keep the mini bombs in for now.
Sorry about that.
You took way too long, man. Like, what were you doing?
I got locked out of my apartment complex. They changed the code between me leaving at 4:30 this morning and getting home at 6. So I had to park outside of my apartment complex and walk 15 minutes back to my apartment.
Interesting.
No. So the last thing I saw before my phone started being really shitty because of the internet connection as I was walking was that you got that yellow mystery data.
Yeah. Broken.
Which is OP. Which is OP.
Well, it's good. I mean, girls are so rare that if you get 100,000, I'm not mad about that at all.
No. So anyway, I'm gonna go read over the question stream real quick and see if there are any questions that have not been answered.
All right, then take your time. Help me because I can't watch two places at once. And check our social media too. But I think I posted it already.
I will check. Unfortunately, I am using my shitty computer, so we'll find out if anything's posted there.
Okay.
I did not get any notifications on my phone though, so I think everything is recent. Yeah, the most recent thing has been responded to on social media, I believe.
Lucky, what are you talking about exactly? Whoa, who said we're only giving 10 bug frags? I don't even know where that came from.
What do you mean, like a full screen giga? Like I don't understand that.
I don't even know.
No.
I don't even know where people get the 10 bug frags. It's only gonna be given out. Who said anything like that? Like, as far as I know, only I'm the one that knows the drops, and I never say anything like that anywhere.
Alright, so how long is Demo 5 for the playtesters, and how long is the final game going to be? So, as far as Demo 5, what did we clock it at? Like, it'll be like 6 hours?
I don't know. Well, I'm not hesitant to say anything like that. Yeah, Lucky, you realize that's 6. It's a different game.
Okay, well, so...
Yeah, so anyway, go on with your question.
So, I was just gonna say, so like, I don't know, like, it depends on like how much playability you want to get at. Like, so like, if you just go through like and don't do any of the request VBS, because none of that is mandatory anymore, like you'll obviously get done faster than if you take the time to do all the quests. But as far as final length, we're aiming for Battle Network 3, unless that's changed, which I'm unaware.
Yeah, it's probably longer than 3, to be honest with you.
I mean, yeah, but like at bare minimum, like we're aiming for what 3 did.
Yeah.
So changing over to the Discord. For those who aren't aware, we have a chat bot on the Chrono X Discord. I think I saw the link thrown up there earlier. If you post in our Discord with the command !question with your question, it'll get sent to a channel that we can pull questions from as we go. So I am seeing a whole bunch of shark.
Yeah.
So let's see here.
I mean, it doesn't.
There's literally nothing in here. All shit posting.
Yeah. So that's what people. But if people had an actual question, it won't get answered. So it's on them, not me.
So let's see here. Is this Killer? Yes, Killer is doing the stream. Now Wins is here. How is community support for the Chrono X team outside of monetary contributions? Or how could the community support? So basically, fan art. If you are artistic, you don't have to be good with sprites. You can do drawing. It can be stick people, whatever. Like, or if you really like, say for example, if you really like Raven EXE, you can draw his Navi symbol. If that's the best you could do, anything to help with morale. You can spread the word. Be like, hey, this is a really cool page on Facebook. Follow them on Facebook. The same with Twitter. Retweeting, sharing posts, that kind of stuff. But I guess if you really want to help the game itself, then if you can do sprite art, or if you know someone who can do sprite art, that would be a considerable help. Promotional art as well. If you're like a professional artist, that way Mid doesn't have to do the promotional art as well, so that he can focus more on sprites. Because right now he kind of does both, and I'm not artistic at all. In terms of hand drawing, I can sprite, I guess, but I can't do actual drawing. So basically, if we need promotional art, it's Mid, or we have to outsource it, and that's kind of difficult.
Okay. Super Wolf Phoenix, I hope Notify gives some more. Yes, it will. In fact, this stream will give you some more info on Vendor 50. Well, at least a bit more. So just keep watching, you'll see something.
Now you'll learn Wilder card red.
Please.
Just kidding. You won't. So that was a question by CMSS.
Actually, hold on. We have a new mechanic in Navicus. So I just want to make sure we cover that.
Yeah.
So we added a new mechanic to Navicus for those who don't remember or haven't seen it before. For one thing, you can install 5 colors instead of 4. But see, there is also a there's a little bar at the bottom, which you'll see on your end in a second. And this little bar, what it means is it shows you what color you can equip on your Navicus. It's called the color exception bar. So if you equip a color that's indicated down there, Mega Man won't be able to run. Then you have to uninstall all programs that correspond to that color. So for example, if you have a red color down there, that means you can't use any red color programs. Therefore, you must uninstall all red color programs in your Navicus before you'll be able to run again. The reason that happens is during the story, Mega Man's body will change. And once his body changes, he can't handle certain types of things. So you need to be watching out for that during the story. Okay. Wins, you can go ahead.
Sorry, I was responding to something on the Discord. People apparently didn't realize that I showed up finally.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Is it true that you've been involved in multiple attempts to take down net neutrality? I don't think so. So Mega asked, are there any new generic Navis? I like seeing them for some reason. So, no, not that I'm aware of.
New generic, new designs? Not new designs.
Yeah.
Per se.
No new designs. Maybe we could introduce some new colors. If we wanted to have a normal Navi that was pink to represent female, but I think there's purple already for that.
There's already one that's kind of reddish, so that already kind of exists.
Yeah, so no, but if the story demands someone to have a quote unquote special kind of normal Navi, then maybe they could be recolored something different. Like, say for example, a bright orange that kind of stands out a little bit, but like no new generic design. So like if we were to have a new Navi or new generic Navi, it would be in recolor.
I mean, if you're looking for fighting normal Navis, I don't think so, because I think Punk Navi and Heal Navi is quite a lot as it is. That's already 2 bosses.
Yeah, so like, or mini bosses, whatever you want to call them.
Mini boss. Yeah.
So Mega also asked, was critical hit timing also changed?
No, I answered that already, so don't worry about it.
Okay. Is Gold Mystery Data dev only? No, it's not. It's just really super rare.
Demo 5 will have gold datas, guys, but it'll be rare. So I mean, some of you guys may find it, some of you may not.
So here's a good one, and I don't know if me and you can technically answer this. So Max might have already answered it already, but I don't see him answering it in the stream chat.
Someone says lower your volume bits. Can you do that?
Hold on 1 second.
Or Midnight, you can also lower your volume as well. Yeah, just a tad.
Sorry, I think I was using a different preset. I had to unplug my mic and reconfigure.
Yeah, okay.
So anyway, someone asked, when it comes to the Chrono X engine, how have you improved it from its predecessors? Have you added more detail to the core engine, i.e. the game reading the clock on your PC? So I'll let Max answer that somewhere.
Yeah, I think that's a Discord question, right?
Yeah, but
yeah.
I didn't see Max answer it.
Yeah, we'll ping Max and he'll maybe get to it or something.
Alright.
Alright, Chip Trey, let's see if we get something from this.
Alright, so I put it to Max's attention. I don't know if he's answered it or not. So Symes just asked, will shape and color will the NCP custom what shape and color? So we're not gonna say what shape and color certain Navi customized parts are yet.
Which one he's asking for?
Custom +2. I don't think you want to.
We're not gonna show the shape, but
like he wants to know what shape and color. I don't know if you mess.
Well, first off, the color is gonna be a different context in this game. You can't use You can't. If I told you, let's say it's green, it doesn't really matter because that means something different in Chrono X than it would in Banner X6. So it's not really a good answer from my point of view. But I think the shapes in general will be smaller than normal Banner games because we don't have the overclock feature, which is you put customs outside of Navicus. We don't have that in this game, so to compensate, we make Navicus a bit smaller in size.
It should also be noted that we've added some colors.
Yeah.
So, go ahead. Sorry.
Yes. Yeah. No, you're right. Like we did add colors, and they mean different things. So it does. So like, let's say I told you it's red. Like, what does that mean exactly in this game's context?
So yeah. So like it will make more sense like as you play the game. So like as far as Demo 5 goes, like you'll be like, why are there so many colors? And it'll make more sense as you progress.
Right. See, in Demo 5. Oh, like excuse me, I had to buy all this stuff out.
So anyway, so Zully asked, will we recycle any Giga chips from previous games?
Well, there's some. Like, of course, base will be in the game, right? You have Delta Ray, which is like a given.
Yeah.
That's been in every game since 3.
So like, yes and no. So like, so for example, Bass will be in here, but like, will it function the same? Maybe not. So like, it might be based off of. So I guess for example, like base is a really good example. So like base does 2 different things depending on the version. So since there's obviously only one version, base might function differently than a single one of those chips. It might be a combination of the 2, or it might be something completely different.
Correct.
So like yes, the chips might be the same in name, but they might not function the same.
Prof, Base has been in the game since Demo 3, so I mean, people just don't remember that fact or whatever reason. He's been in the game for a long time.
I don't think we've shown him lately is why.
But so that's
But
not,
yeah,
that doesn't mean per se that he won't be in.
I mean, yeah, you're right. So another question is, what chip would you never want in this game?
What I never want?
Yes. Mini bomb? No, I'm just kidding. So I have a couple that come to the top of my mind, and it's not because of the chip per se, it's because of how you get the chip. I am not a fan of the shadow viruses from Battle Network 2. So I would not want them to return. So
Yeah,
I guess
they wouldn't come back. They wouldn't come back.
I wouldn't want that chip in the game because that means that virus family comes back probably. So like I hated that. Like it was awful. Sword stuck. Will the normal navies, heal navies, get a PA/Giga chip or Mega chip representing them?
Oh, that's telling. That's telling. No. We don't answer that question.
So 2 people have asked, what's the percent of finding a gold mystery data?
Well, in 6 it was like, what, 25% on each jack in, but that doesn't necessarily mean 6 will be the same way.
So I don't. For now, we're not gonna say.
It'll be rare enough. Don't worry about it.
For Team Battle Network. Oh, that was a question for them.
Yeah.
They want to know. So the Decarius asked the Team Battle Network, "What is your opinion of Junkman?" He knows our opinion, but I guess I don't know. Anyway, so Simon's already asked about Navi Customizer Custom 2. No, Plastic Mac. I don't know if you answered this one or not, Killer, but folder back will not be a thing.
Nope, no folder back. Sorry.
That was single. Like, in order for us to consider bringing back folder back, you'd have to not be able to recycle folder back. And I feel like not recycling folder back kind of defeats the purpose of folder back.
Oh, bear asterisk. Yoink.
Yo, you did it.
Yoink.
So we're not going to say the megabyte of Vidal because that would be telling. Will Chrono X have parental controls? I don't think.
We're not having parental controls.
What code will have the fewest chips in game? Not including X code. So I don't think we want to say.
Yeah, because we do balance changes all the time, so that answer could change. I don't want to give it right now, and it's like later on we change that. So there will be a code. It's probably going to be X, but you know, you never know, right? Yeah, we're playing Boundary 6 again with all these asterisk chips, people.
Will characters from the Japanese exclusive games like Cash appear?
No.
No. And to answer the second part of that question, what about Mary and Kai from Battleship Challenge? Probably not. Like, I don't want to necessarily say there might not be a reference to them, but like it's at this point in time, like our character cast is more or less like completely defined. So to say no might not necessarily be true, but like don't if they were to return, don't expect anything major from them.
Right. We're not going to bring back a character like that.
You will not be battling them.
Yeah. We'd only bring back a character just to do nothing with it. So if we put time to bring back a character like that, we're usually going to have to do something major with them. Because I don't see the point in just putting it there. Just put it there because people like it. You know, I want to do something with what we did. You know, so odds are probably not.
And to follow up the question, what about anime characters? There will be no references to
anime characters.
Like Battle Network 1 kind of did it with Miss Mari's sister or whatever, but like she was just a palette swap. So
well, yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
So like maybe she'll turn up somewhere, but she's not anime only. So like I guess I should clarify that if she were to appear, it's not because she's an anime character. Like she was originally in. Anyway,
that is true.
Will Bass revisit his pre-Battle Network 4 story, or will he just be re-Darkness? That would be telling, I think. So I saw a question in.
Falcon, you said how many codes per chip? Usually it's 3. If it's a chip from a non-virus, like a gray chip, it's usually 4. You know, because viruses tend to have like 3 versions of the same chip with different codes, so to compensate that, gray chips get an extra code.
I thought I saw a question in the thing, but apparently I did not. Taking a break from the Discord to try and read. Oh wait, here's a question. What about Battle Network 2 classic chips, the ones that have chips from the last game but didn't appear themselves? I'm not sure. The Fire Solution asked that. I'm not sure what you mean by that.
He's asking like what if viruses that had chips in previous games, they come back. Well, we typically bring back some viruses, or if not, sometimes we bring back just the chip, but make it like a gray. So, you know, it really depends on which one you're talking about, because in general, yes, we do that. But of course, it's on a case-by-case basis.
If that was a response to the Shadow question that or the Shadow statement that I said earlier, like having Shadow come back as a gray chip would probably be awful for the PvP community.
Shadow. As long as if it lasted like what 1 second, I deal with.
Well, it would depend, but yeah. So there was another question.
Position slide for now.
Can anyone hear it?
And let me check. Probably fine now.
I mean, I see the chat, but it might have been my net just briefly.
Yep.
You know, you never know. Do they see me?
So they can still hear us, I think, because I just turned the audio on for a couple seconds to hear, and okay, they can hear us.
Okay, so can you see the game though? Is the important thing.
No, now we can.
Yeah.
Okay, now
Now
they can see the game. Okay, that was
All
weird.
right. So I was in the middle of answering or repeating a question. So basically, people are saying that it's hard to tell where you can and cannot walk from the concert hall. So that's on my bucket list of things to address, but it's not really relevant. Like it's
mean?
not like the tiles are because of the blue. Like it all kind of blends together. But like we have the yellow outline, so like for the most part, like it's not too bad. Like it's something that I have considered looking at, but like we're better off. We're better off focusing elsewhere.
Yeah.
Because yeah.
Yeah, they're right. The ring is broke to stream. As Christopher says, it's just a small technical difficulty. See, this scene right here mirrors the chat right now. It's kind of scary.
Yeah. so that answers that question, I hope. Will there be a Giver SP Super Boss that tells you to get good every time you leave? No.
I like to, but nah, that's not gonna happen.
So Lucky Typhlosion asks, will you ever visually polish and touch up the game once it's done?
Maybe, but odds are it'll be done. Odds are when we finish releasing, all visual touch-ups are done, because we're typically very perfectionist that way.
So like it really just depends on like how much polish is needed.
Yeah.
So like for example, we could go back and visually improve the concert area. Like that could be one thing. But like if it's like, man, this dungeon really sucks, but we can't we don't have time to fix it right now. Probably not, because like to rip out an entire dungeon and replace it with something else requires a massive amount of testing of a lot more than just the dungeon itself, because like you basically have to retest the entire game at that point.
Yes, you do.
So like when we redesigned Chapter 1's dungeon and Chapter 1 in general, we as a team decided that unless it is essential.
Yeah,
Like unless it is 100% essential, like no questions asked, we will not do something that big again.
Yes, because it's a bit, because that could have been 2 extra chapters that we could have
Like
finished.
that could have been 2 extra chapters that we could have finished. That could have been 2 extra chapters that we could have added somewhere else. Like if we hadn't already planned out our chapters. Like it's, hey, there's my mop that I made. I always see that. So yeah, we just don't plan on doing that again. Oh, the graphic user interface. Okay, so yes, maybe it really just depends. Like I know Max kind of wants to change the menus maybe as we get closer to releasing Demo 5. I don't know if this is still the case, but I know that he'd wanted to change the multiplayer menu. I don't know if it's been implemented yet or if it's still on his list, but like that's something that he had considered. Like other than that,
Certainly,
I can't think of anything.
Certainly for Demo 5, we won't change if there's a menu. We're past that point right now. We're
no. So yeah, I should clarify. Like as far as Demo 5 goes, like all that stuff is done.
Yeah, we're signed off on that already.
Yeah. So, are we considering doing something similar to mod cards?
No, that basically was for pay-to-win purposes.
So, the only thing I could think of doing similar to mod cards would be like for a tournament purpose, but like considering that we're not really huge on that right now, like maybe, but probably more than likely not.
Yeah.
And Mega asks, are there hidden areas? So by hidden areas, do you mean hidden paths, or do you mean hidden like I guess like Demo 3 had that hidden area after? Oh, that was a good combo. Hidden area after you beat the game. So like if you could clarify and then ask the question again.
Yes.
So Zoe asked again about Ring EXE, and that kind of goes back to what we said prior. It's like if she would be in the game, it wouldn't be anything major, and so as a result of it not being anything major, we'd lean towards no, because why include her if she's not going to do anything major?
That's a good answer. Basically, yes. If we're not going to do anything with it, why bother? You know, you just putting it in, it doesn't really make sense to me.
So another thing to take into consideration, though, is for characters like Ring, so anyone who was in Battle Network 3 and earlier, you also have to consider that if they're in the game, it requires us to re-sprite their overworld sprite. So their battle sprite is relatively the same. Like, we could get away with using the same battle sprites because there's no real difference. But you can't really put a overworld sprite from 3 earlier into Battle Network 4 and past. It just doesn't. The styles are different.
Correct.
So this is an example. We could bring back Woodman because he has a sprite in Battle Network 4 that we could use. Now, would we? No, because there's no reason to. But asking, like, would you bring back someone like Ring who has Battle Network 3 style and is not, well, also the fact that her battle sprites are rather limited because she was in that spin-off game, that right there limits her alone.
Correct. Also, someone asked, will there be plans for post-game? Of course. I love a post-game. I love a deep post-game. So we're going to have it. It's going to be pretty big, though.
I was actually looking at the old design document, not the current design document, for some of the post-game stuff, and it's absolutely amazing. So, is there an intentional delay on saving speed? So this is just a thing that happens whenever we're with the game itself. Unfortunately, I think it's a game maker limitation, is how fast is the speed issue with saving. Max has sped it up considerably, but like I think we're at the point where we can't do much more.
Right.
There is no Chrono X television series, Prof. Try again. N Peasant asks, will there be at least one boss of every element?
Yes.
I don't know if there's like, I don't know if you want to say like every element, because like it depends if you consider like the sub elements as elements.
Pretty much, yeah. Let's just call it that. I'll just say that. It's fine.
So, Can you answer the question about full screen gigas? I even gave more detail. Zoli, can you send me a DM because I did not see you providing more detail. So send me a DM on Skype, please, or not Skype, on Discord. Send me a DM and ask with the details. I'm sorry, I can't. Between the Discord, Skype, and this and Twitch, I can't keep up with that.
I just closed Skype, to be honest with you.
Well, I'm pulling questions from there as well.
I see.
So let's see here. Aside from characters alluding to Star Force, will there be any areas from Star Force in the game? No. So we filled our quota. So like, unless a new Mega Man series comes out, like I think we're at our quota for references.
Yes, I actually question Fist Evolution. There will be a post game. It will be as long, if not longer than 3. It's pretty big. So you're gonna have your hands full for hours.
All right, Zoli, I got your question, or I got your DM. I'll respond to it in a second. I just want to try and work my way through some more of these questions real quick while I'm on the Discord. Will Rush Tango and B NPC or NCPs be coming back?
Yes.
I was unaware of Beats, but I mean it'll probably make its way in.
Probably. Anyway, so you can get Mag Bomb's Dungeon now, which, you know, are basically like Mag Bombs of Boundary 2, if you remember them.
Oh, Mega clarified and said that the hidden areas were hidden paths. So
yes.
Yeah, it. I don't know if there are any in Demo 5, but
yeah, but they definitely do. They're definitely going to be there. Don't worry about it.
Like we have planned areas that will have them. Yes. Symes asked. Okay, wait. So Lucky Typhlosion asked, which will come first, CX becoming open source or CX getting a Mac release? Well, considering the fact that we're never going open source unless we're legally obligated, I guess Mac release.
Yeah, Mac release. We actually don't discount a Mac release for the future. It's just.
Yeah. So I guess it just depends. Will the Navi Customizer part charge +1 be included in Mega Man Download products? Yes. Will CX have any JoJo references? I think there's already one actually.
Sydney, we're gonna have EXSP, so the Boundary 6 versions. So there you go. Because we
as much. Sorry, go ahead.
Because you know, there's not gonna be no Dark Souls kind of reference anymore. So pretty much it's gonna be EXSP.
So as much as I would love to have a whole bunch of V5 chips all over again, I think that was probably the worst idea that Capcom ever had. So, actually, I take that back. Folder Back was the worst idea they ever had.
Well, no, they've had worse ideas.
I don't know. Folder Back is pretty high up there.
Battle 4 is pretty much a terrible idea on its own.
I mean, okay, I was talking about chips, but yeah,
okay.
You're right. Battle 4 sucks. All right, I'm gonna go address Ellie's question real quick. So how about full greens? Will you? Okay, so gigas that summon big bosses like Chaos Lord, Phoenix, Falsar, or Gregar. Will we have any chips like that? So, unless Killer wants to flat out say yes or no, I'm gonna say that we don't really want to reveal what our giga chip lineup will be.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
So we won't discount the possibility, and it is technically possible. Like there is nothing preventing us from doing it. It's just like, will we end up doing it? It depends, like if there is enough cause for it. So, like for example, like I feel, and I don't know, Killer might disagree with me on this. I feel like if there is more justification to have our game's final boss as a summon giga chip than say.
Yeah, you're right.
Falsar or Gregar.
Most definitely, we definitely use our bosses before anything else.
So yeah, that's something we have to take into consideration too, because like we don't want to necessarily like reuse a lot, but like if something worked well, or if something worked and it worked well, then you know it's something to consider. So Mac showed off Chrono X running on Linux. Will we release Demo 5 on Linux too?
Yes.
As far as I'm aware, and Max can chime in, or Killer, I think the plan is still to release the PC version first, and then I don't think that there is much changes needed for the Android version, other than a couple additional test case, and then I think that you have to then once we do Android, then we'll be able to focus on Limit.
Right. So probably we'll release it for Demo 5, but not the PC version, of course. So.
Yeah. So will the 4.5 battle system be considered as an option for the game? I don't think so. I personally did not find that battle style very enjoyable.
Well, I mean, I really don't want to mix match battle systems like that. Like,
yeah, I mean, so like that's like asking like if the battle chip challenge system is going to be in this game, and I don't really think so.
No, it won't. Come on, man. You don't need to say anything.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess I was saying I don't think like that we would change. So like if there's a mini game like that causes the change of fight, but you know, whatever. Like I guess what was it? The totem thing from Battle Network 6 with Tomahawk Man.
Yeah, something like that. But you know, that's a mini game.
Yeah. So like, I mean, does that count as changing the battle style? I guess. So let's see here.
Pre-order canceled. No BCC style system.
So considering the Battle Network games have like to have lots of secrets, how are you guys going to handle stuff like Navi Customizer, compress codes, the Lotto codes outside of the game?
Well,
actually,
can I take that?
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
So pretty much how they did it in the original games was they intentionally didn't show some of them because they wanted to force you to buy the guides and things like that. So because we can't do that, obviously we're going to have to pretty much show them in game in some kind of way. That said, you have to search for them. So.
Well, actually, so like going off of that though, so for those who aren't aware, on our Discord we actually have a server bot, and so some of the Lotto tickets might end up there as well through a command. Now they might also reflect in the game depending on like, I guess how many Lotto codes we have in. Like they might all manage to end up in the game, but like say for example we have 40 Lotto codes. Maybe we take 10 like obscure things like full energies or sneak run sub chips, and like we can put those in as the Lotto code for the bot. So like we will experiment with it, but chances are majority of them will be like all of the important ones will be in the game.
Yeah,
more than likely. Will Max get all the pets that he deserves? Yes, he will get all the pets that he deserves, and then some. Pet Max.
Pet Max. Yeah, so if you want the correct Lotto codes, use the Discord bot. They'll probably randomize, but you guys will have to work together to log them because I'm not going to be helping you guys with that one. That's that's on
so
you.
that is one thing. So like Killer and myself, I think at one point in time we talked about all the stuff that we want to like add to the Chrono X wiki, and I don't think Lotto codes are one of them.
Boats and Joes, no, they won't be a permanent danger thing. That'd be, well, I don't think anyone really likes that.
Like it depends if it's like good, but like after a while, like you get tired of it either way.
Yeah.
So like maybe like it might not be too hard to add a toggle option. But no, I would probably just say no.
No, there's not gonna be a permanent danger theme. That you're talking about Six's bug, where it's like you kept hearing danger theme after the final boss. No, that's what he means.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Are there any ridiculous, overpowered program advances on par with Battle Network 2's Darknet?
No. I just want to tell you no. I mean, there'll be some fun ones.
Yeah, so I personally haven't messed around with the program advances too much. Mostly because like outside of the staple life sword that like I feel obligated that I have to get in every game.
Oh, roll, please.
I don't do a lot with program advances. Will there be cross-platform multiplayer?
Yes, actually.
So I guess
actually yes, there will be cross-platform. I tested that. It works.
Did we? Oh, good job, Waste Roll. Did we decide if it was going to be for Android and PC though?
Yeah, Android can fight PC. I did it earlier.
I mean, I know that it's technically possible, but like from a gameplay perspective, since they handle slightly different.
Well, we have to buff Android version probably a little bit. Maybe they get an auto charge feature instead. But beyond that, we'll have to figure that. We'll figure out how to.
So as of right now, yes, it can be cross-platform. But like, if it becomes too difficult to balance the two games, then we might limit it.
I don't know, maybe, but I'm like, you could think of think of it as like a handicap version. Like, I'm so good,
Yeah.
I'll beat you on Android, bro. Come at me, you know, that kind of thing.
So I guess like that is something to keep in the back of everyone's mind though. So like, while it is technically possible, like there might be some limitation.
Yeah.
Will there be any program advances that include Navi chips like 4 and 5 did? I don't think we want to say.
Yeah, there will be. Navi chip PAs, that's fine.
But did you want to say that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I guess I like to be a little bit more restrained with information sometimes.
Yeah. Navi chip PAs are perfectly fine.
What ideas did you guys have at some point that you ended up trashing after realizing that they couldn't work?
We had a lot of ideas that be like, oh, this doesn't work anymore.
So
I can't. It's hard for me to say exactly because I don't even remember anymore.
So I think the biggest idea that I personally think, and I know Simons will hate me for bringing this up, but I think the biggest mistake that we made was thinking that Sharkman would have made an interesting memento.
Yeah.
Like seriously though, because like he doesn't really have much going for him. Like, and so like it was cool that he was Water Element. It was cool that he was from Battle Network 1 and we got that representation in. Like there was nothing really memorable about that fight. So like the shark fin thing, the attack that you had was a shark fin, and that was basically quick boomerang, but it didn't come back to you. And that is so subpar. And I don't think we have C panels, do we?
No, we don't.
So like the whole being underwater thing doesn't happen, and it just like that to me. And you know, I don't know if Freeze Memento. Oh, that's a good chip. I don't know if Freeze Memento is necessarily the best replacement. Like having looked at all things considered, but it's definitely it definitely makes more sense, I think, than Shark Memento.
Perhaps. Also,
so
another idea was the original Chapter 2 dungeon was going to be you having a guitar battle against a heel Navi, but that didn't make the cut. So you get
I remember that image.
You get Simon Says. Have fun, bro.
Yep. I also think that there was something with the original Navi cuts. I can't remember what.
Oh, sweet. Electric Sword.
Nice beams. Alright, so Lucky Typhlosion asks, where does this game's balance and difficulty rank compared to other Battle Network or even Star Force games?
It's harder than all of them.
So
think Battle Network 2 hard mode. Think about that.
So I don't know if I'd necessarily... So like the learning curve is a lot higher, but like I don't know, like maybe it's because I played the game a lot, and so like I struggle with Raven. I don't know why. Like Killer always points this out to me, but I used to be able to kill Raven without taking a single hit. So like I don't know, like once you get to the point where you feel comfortable, like unless you do stupid stuff like I apparently do all the time, you shouldn't like be losing all the time.
Right.
But like it should not be ha 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 I did not take any damage. So, like, yeah, it will definitely... Because I can tell you that, like, the entirety of Battle Network 2, I am at the point where, like, I can beat it without taking any damage if I'm not distracted. I mean, you know, Battle Network 2 hard mode, I'm pretty decent at as well. Unfortunately, Killer's never witnessed that because I'm always distracted, either doing streams or whatever. I suck whenever I'm multitasking.
Yeah.
But, so, like... we're aiming to be accessible to... We're not aiming to be Dark Souls, I guess. So, like, new players to the franchise, it's weird to think about, but, like, there are some people that this is their first Battle Network game.
Yeah, that is true. Some people start the Battle Network career with Chrono.
And so, like, we don't want it to be Dark Souls, but we don't want it to be, like, I can't think of something that's super easy. Like,
Hello Kitty Barbie town.
we don't want to do Hello Kitty version.
Yeah, Hello Kitty sucks.
So okay, Killer, this might be one for you, or maybe I can flag Max. Symes asks, I heard that the drag push mechanics will work differently in Chrono X, yet chips which induce drag, such as WinRack, will still be in the game. Does this mean WinRack will work slightly different than it did in previous games?
I think it can work the same way. There's room for that. But like drag, when it comes to like grab revenge, we're not doing that per se, because that was more of an exploit than anything else.
Yeah. So like, I think pushing works the same. Like, we had that huge issue with Max, but we got him to change his mind.
Yeah.
So pushing works the same. It's just like grab revenge doesn't function the same. Is the Discord Mr. Prog in game somewhere? So
yes,
he
has a role. Yet. He has a role as every prog. You know, he plays everything. He's a hard worker.
He's not in the game yet, but I've talked to Max, and he's gonna get a reference somewhere. And so is the Chrono X site bot. If you guys aren't aware, there's a prog on our website as well. They're both gonna get references in game most likely. N Peasant asks, when you guys say you won't add lotto codes to the wiki, does that mean you don't want them adding them? So I don't know if we necessarily don't want you adding them.
What I mean is the wiki is for the fans to put together knowledge to help them. I'm not really helping it so much. It's so much to supervise.
We ourselves aren't going to put them on there. But like, so like, I guess for example, like if we have a wiki page for Raven, we might supply the sprite and promo art for the wiki. But like, we won't go and be like, "Hey, man, this is how you beat this dungeon." Yeah. So we won't create the walkthrough as much as I want to. we won't create the walkthrough. We'll let you guys create the walkthrough, but we will provide you with the tools to adequately,
make it nice,
show how to do the thing. With the exceptions. So we won't provide the actual map areas for you guys to map out, but like we can provide this small little map icon or sprite things for the map boards. Because otherwise, if we give you guys the maps, then people can repurpose them or rip the tiles out. So like within reason.
Within reason, yes.
What do you think about winning lotto codes having a cooldown? So I think for the most part, lotto codes are going to be just one-time use, because otherwise, what is like?
Yeah.
So like the only thing I could think of not being one-time use would be things like full energy, mid energy, and stuff like that. But then you have to implement a system to manage the cooldown, and it's not worth it. So no, unless a really good argument can be raised for doing that, like they will be one time. So after the game's release, do you plan on holding any community events, such as official tournaments?
Correct, we do.
So like not just at the official game's release, but also with Demo 5, we plan on doing a bit more as well. Will Mr. Prog be a secret final boss after the main game? So, funny enough, I think it might have been my brother actually who went and sprited out Mr. Prog battle sprites. So like they're hanging around somewhere, but good use of your sword. So like I don't think so, but I don't know. It would be funny. It would be funny to have that as a reference.
It was better to use double shot there, because I mean, all I do is make him like invisible, and then the thunder was gonna come. So it's better to just one shot him than just use a sword. Just waste it. Just burn the sword. Although we actually want to make Riftman's AI a little bit smarter for the release.
So Dan Sidney gave the recommendation / question of what if lotto codes were in-game ticket items to trade rather than just codes to input?
I mean, isn't that the same concept? I'm not sure.
So like, yes and no.
Yeah, like
a key item. So like the problem with that is in that we have a lot more items that we have to create.
Yeah.
So like technically there's nothing that says that we can't do that, but like we have to weigh the pros and cons. Because like ultimately, all the lotto codes are more than likely going to be put on some website.
Well, you could be
And
lazy.
so-
You could be lazy and just be like, well, I have this ticket. This tickets are the same, but then you have like what 40 key
But
items
then
that
you
have
have
the same
to,
sprite.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
weird.
So if an argument could be, if a valid argument could be made for it, but then that would mean that the number of lotto code items that we have would be reduced considerably, because that would be a lot of key items that we just don't need.
Yeah, and plus the player might get lost in all of it. Well, maybe not, because
Yeah.
if it's automatically handled, they may be fine. But the thing is, like they don't want to be able to memorize numbers for that. That's what this person's asking.
Yeah.
Well, put it this way: if the wiki is properly done, you can just reference wiki while you're playing the game. So it's up to you guys to pretty much just help yourselves there.
Is anger impact? Oh wait, hold on, I skipped a question. I've been hearing about Chrono X for years, but I've kept myself pretty in the dark until now. Do you guys have an estimated release date? So
Does he want
no,
demo or full
like,
game?
so if you want demo-wise, it should be relatively soon.
Yeah, I already spoke on that.
Because we're picking up speed again now that Max is back in working condition. Like as for the final release, it's really hard to say.
Especially since a lot of people want this and this fix and this change, and it's just like and it's just like, well, that just means we take more time to do that.
Now we're hoping that, you know, once we release demo 5, we can put multiplayer behind us, and we can start focusing more on the story aspect, because story kind of took a backseat as we worked on multiplayer.
I will say
So,
this. I'll say this once. I'll cut you off. Sorry. Is that we're at the
Sorry.
point where adding small things is pretty much an issue, because we're at the point where if you add this little thing, this little tweak, this little thing, I have to test 40 other cases where if it works or not. So if you're asking, can we have this? It's like, do I really want to go back and test 40,000 things to just get that? You know, so like we're at that point. Correx has been developed for so long. We have so much content in the game now that even that I can't show you. That's pretty much the game's so big that adding these little tweaks here and there is going to become maybe more problematic than you think.
So it really just depends on if we're adding something going forward, then that
Right.
is manageable. But if we're adding something, say for example, if we're changing the whole core, I guess, run mechanic, I guess, to say something like that we can't do at this point, because that requires so much retesting.
Right. Like people don't understand that how Game Maker does it. It's kind of weird. Like you program one thing 5.
Well, even Game Maker, just discarding Game Maker, just at the point you have to stop improving or changing the core stuff.
Right.
So we're at that point. So basically in game design, you should have all the core features done before you start making the actual game. And for the most part, we were at that point. They're just small things that we kept adding as we advanced, and so now we're at the point where we can't add any new stuff, or any small additions. We can't add anything small that is related to the core game mechanics, because it would just be too much of a hassle.
Correct. Okay, so yeah, as he said, so Chrono is a lot further along than you think, but we just don't show a lot because we're a fan of let the story speak for itself. You know, we want people to experience the awesome story in context.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Max says he's gonna ask me to stream next time.
It looks fine now.
I don't know what happened. That wasn't me, because I was always hearing you, man.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Alright, we're back. Can you guys hear us though? I want to wait and make sure that they can hear us before I start.
Yeah, let me just not fight this till you. Guys, are you there? because I've always been hearing Win, to be honest with you, and I didn't hear him.
Okay, they can hear us. They can hear us.
Like I was always hearing you talk. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, they can hear us.
Anyways.
So I don't even remember what we were talking about. Oh, here's a good question. Will loot boxes be Chrono X? Ha! You're funny. That shit is probably gonna get made illegal or heavily restricted.
Do you count Chip Trader as chip boxes?
I mean, okay, I guess.
Oh my
Will
God.
you guys organize a tournament for PvP after the full version comes out? So I actually think at one point in time, Killer wanted to have a Demo 5 tournament.
Yeah, perhaps.
So I don't know if we necessarily will organize something, but we're definitely not going to go like, hey, you guys can't organize this because blah. Like if other people want to organize tournaments, then
hey, Max,
sure.
it's a bug.
by all
Fix
means.
it.
What's
the bug,
the bug?
Max? Fix the bug.
What's the bug?
Like you'll see it. I'll show you in a second.
Oh, that cactus ball got stuck.
Yep.
Kind of reminds me. Kind of reminds me of the the Metar that got super depressed with life.
Oh yeah, he just sucked.
All right. So
See that's what I mean, guys. Like little cases like that can be happen all the time, and you just don't know when they're gonna pop up. That's why we say we really don't want to go back and do stuff because that means you gotta test 40, 50, or 60 other things. Little things like that can happen if you change one thing somewhere else. Yeah, so that's why.
So Joey asked, have you guys considered implementing something as an anti-cheat thing, which would hinder people from opening their games multiple times on the PC and just trading their chips to the main game? So I am aware that we have talked about it, but
Okay.
I'm unaware
So
of us wanting to say anything.
Sorry, what was the question? Something like...
Will there be anti-cheating methods in place?
well, there already is anti-cheating methods.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the question was, if I open my game, can I trade to myself? And last I checked, that was a conversation that we had, but I don't think there's anything we want to say about that. Because
No.
like we don't want to necessarily say, hey guys, this is our anti-cheating software, and so then you guys can plan around it.
Yeah, so it's like saying, can I change myself? Well, I mean, can you send things to the same IP? I don't really think you can do that. Or if you could, that'd be breaking everything, so...
So
yeah.
from my understanding, if it's not already a no, it will no. Okay, Max just answered in the chat. Local multiplayer doesn't work in Chrono X.
You mean local like what? Like some guys on the same keyboard?
Yes. So like I knew that was going to be an issue, but I didn't know how much he wanted to say. But like, so like you can't battle yourself from the same computer.
Yeah. So
you
can.
won't be able to trade from yourself from the same computer. I don't know if that means the same IP address, but I think that doesn't mean it. But Max can clarify. I'll let Max clarify. So Mega Mao says, will data from Demo 5 be transferable?
What was will saves from Demo 5 be transferable?
Yes. As of this moment, we're planning yes. But if something major happens again, like with Demo 4, because Demo 4 was supposed to be transferable, so it's a tentative yes. So if nothing comes up between now and then that says no, it'll be yes.
Different computers, I guess different computers could work because it's not, well...
Like, it depends on the IP.
Yeah, pretty
So,
much so.
Just let Max answer the question. So, I'm not going to say anything more on that. Joey asked, is Max an amazing and talented person? Yes, because Pet Max.
Yeah.
Since you guys have a lot of dev experience in Game Maker, what kind of developer group would you recommend it to? Absolutely no one.
Yeah, we have run into so many issues. We're just like, you know, if it wasn't for this, we could have finished this part. If it wasn't for this little thing, we could have finished this part. Come on, Game Maker, get over this.
Whenever I was in my intro to game design class, we used Game Maker, and paid a game that was very similar to Legend of Zelda, the Game Boy Color games. It was basically very similar. You had a sword, you had a shield, and you moved around on a 2D plane. Just doing that was extremely difficult. And that was on the most recent at the time. This was like 3 years ago. The most recent game maker at the time was struggling to make a Zelda game because like it was like I can't do all these dungeons or I can't do all these rooms.
What happened? Did someone's stream go down? Because some people say it's up, some people say it's down. I just want to clarify before you keep going.
I'm seeing it fine. I think it's just it froze for a couple people, but it's good.
Oh, well that's Mississippi net for you. I can't control that. AT&T.
So like, the only time I would recommend Game Maker to someone is if they were making tic-tac-toe. Because it's really hard to mess up tic-tac-toe. But even then, I would probably say, hey, just learn Java and write your entire game from scratch using using Java. Like, I cannot think of any reason to use Game Maker other than, hey guys, I want to handicap myself for 18 years of development on this outdated piece of shit with customer service that sucks.
Damn, you go off. You go off, man.
As someone who bought our version of Game Maker that we're using currently, I have nothing good to say about their customer service.
I mean, I bought Max a Game Maker version 2, and you bought one of 2, so I have every right to complain if I want to. Like, I'm a customer, man.
Yeah, like, with how much that last Game Maker version cost, the customer service that we're getting, I do not feel is worth the cost. Like, it's cool, we can do stuff, and if we had started with that Game Maker version, maybe we would be in a better position. Like, if we completely and totally rewrote everything from scratch, starting with that version, okay, maybe we wouldn't be running into some of these issues. But, like, the customer service that we're getting, I would not recommend Game Maker to anyone.
Yeah.
And so to follow up on that question, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rank your experience with Game Maker? It is a solid -20.
Also, guys, don't forget, remember that whole thing last stream where I said this Game Maker's overriding this event, overriding code? Yeah, so you think about it.
Oh, I completely and totally forgot about that. That was fun.
Max, you got another bug.
What's a bug? I'll wait.
It was in the name of the field of ESP.
Oh, okay. So, why is Unity superior to Game Maker in every way? So, actually, it's not. If you want to make a 2D game, you're better off not using Unity. As someone who's made a 2D game in Unity, you're literally better off not. I can't recommend what to use because unfortunately for the class we had to use Unity.
Right.
But like I would not use Unity. I'm told that there are a lot better solutions in Unity.
Yeah,
Unity is really good for 3D. Like I hate 3D games. Like let me rephrase that. I hate designing 3D games, but like Unity is really powerful for that.
Yeah.
But for a 2D game, like Unity is a 3D engine. And yes, they do have Unity 2D now. Like it is still very much not made for 2D games. So
we did fix the overwrite bug, Chrono X, where Game Maker was overriding our code. Or override Max code, essentially like the code for one event was being overwritten by the code for another event, so it would cause random bugs, and it would happen constantly.
Oh, it was awful.
Yeah, we somehow...
Like, right before we were about to start a stream, we ran into not being able to jack in because that code got overwritten.
Yeah, that was bad.
That is hilarious. Like, the one thing you need to do to play a Battle Network game, like, you can play without being able to run. It's really slow, but you can play. You can't play without being able to jack in. So, Kados the Dragon says, will there be locations for Battle Network 3 and Chrono X? So, that's like asking, will Scilab be in Battle Network Chrono X?
I mean...
Like, by nature, like, yes, there will be some... Like, if you mean unique areas, like, it's, like, we don't want to say. I mean, unless Killer wants to say.
No, what you mean, like, beach or the islands?
Like
No,
unique areas?
No, they won't, sorry.
Like, I could see justification to go back to the beach area because it has the hospital, but, like, again, like there has to be justification to go back there, and like, man, just being like, man, you know what would be really cool if we went back to the campsite from Battle Network 2. Like, you'd have to have a good reason for it.
Yeah, like there's no reason to just throw it back unless I'm this for the plot, and I can't see why it would be so. No.
Especially with the older games, because again, then you have that style difference. So like, if it were an area like Battle Network 4, like for example, the what was it called? The park area, like that has more of a likelihood of returning simply because we can reuse assets because that tile set is already in the correct style. Now, that's not saying we will, but I'm just saying that something like Battle Network 4, Battle Network 5, or Battle Network 6 has a more likely chance of returning because of that. That being said, though, that does not mean they will.
Right. Most likely not. See, we prefer new locations and new bosses. You know, we want to give new challenges. You know what I mean? So, like, we want to show you guys something new and something you never did before, get you excited, things like that. We have.
So I guess as an example,
yeah.
Like, you could go back to Netfrika, you just wouldn't go back to the same place. But
Yeah.
like, so stuff like that.
Yeah. So Central Town is like a little different. Like, there's plot reasons I go here for, but and other things. But for the most part,
It's
after this chapter, it's gonna be all new locations.
yeah. So the Central area kind of falls under the same umbrella that ACDC falls under. Like ACDC doesn't change. Central Town won't change. Scilab didn't change, so like some things will stay the same, but not everything. Reaper asked, "Will I be able to play?" Okay, so I know a bit of this is a joke, but they ask if you can plug in a copy of Budokai to your computer to unlock Soul Gundel Soul Cross or something.
No.
So we will not be having any crossovers like that.
With Konami characters,
Simply-
no.
Simply because Konami likes to go and like sue or cease and desist literally anything that breathes Konami.
Yeah, I'd rather not take that risk, to be honest with you. Let's just not even go that.
So we're already kind of, in like this weird gray area with Capcom. We don't need to add another company's IP on top of that.
I think Rogue's showing in chat. Also, Medic Guy, because of that, we're gonna put you in Utopia now.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with Utopia. Thunderman can come back. He's a pretty cool guy, I guess. Like, actually, as far as like all of Battle Network 3's like characters that appear that don't have anything, I was the most disappointed that Raoul and Thunderman showed up and don't do anything.
Yeah.
Like, Thunderman as a character like was really cool, and also for those, this is a little anime plug-in. For those who saw the Dark Lloyd season of the NT Warrior, my absolute favorite moment of that entire series was whenever Chad and Raoul acted as a Dark Lloyd net op, because it was absolutely stupid, but he was hilarious. So that I have unfair bias because I think that he is a really good character, not just because of his net navi, but because of all the stuff that he has going on.
No, I think it's over here. Actually forgot what the station was. Ugh. Hold on.
Will you port Chrono X to Killer's Potato?
Actually, I don't have a potato. I'm actually Mississippi, guys. So
So it's actually really funny that someone used the phrase potato, because I just got back. Before this, I was actually at a robotics competition. I was judging. And so one of the things that a group that I was at, they said that their first versions of their robot was a potato because all it did was move. That was it. It didn't do anything else. So I thought that was funny that the term potato was used against it. What new chips have we added that are your favorites? Killer, do you have any favorite chips that we've revealed so far?
Not that we revealed, but my favorite chip in the game will be showed, I think, after Demo 5 comes out. It's the most glorious chip in the whole game. I'm not even gonna front.
So nothing new that has been added that is my favorite, but I'm really personal to Totem, and I really like Bolt. I know that's not really new, but I really like Bolt.
Well, it is new. It's just
Well, I mean, it's not new to like Demo 5.
Correct.
So like I like Bolt. I can't think of any others that stand out too much to me. But I am really a fan of what Totem does. Like it does both offensive and defense. So like that is really good. Yes, I was judging people, and I'll have you know that none of the people that I voted for won. So. So obligatory, are Lan and Melu gonna do it? Lul's question.
Maybe they already did. You just haven't seen it yet.
So there was that brief period where Melu and Lan were together and the screen went black. So however long the screen was black, that what could have happened in that time is up to you. I don't know. Whatever.
Super Bowl Phoenix, there won't be a missed match in this game. I think he's been in enough games that we can do something else instead of putting him in the game again. You know what I mean?
However, out of all the characters like who have justification to come back, I feel like he probably has
he probably has more, but it's like
I feel like he has more justification than say what was Kingman's name? I can't remember. Tora?
Yeah.
So I feel like Mr. Match has more justification than Tora. Likewise, I feel like Mr. Match has more justification than
Ring? Someone's talking about Ring.
Ring? Yeah. So like and personally, you know, like so with Mr. Match in particular, like I feel like he has almost a really good opportunity because he has 3 navies. Of those 3 navies, one has not been used multiple times. So, I don't know. Will you replace Tiro's Wii U with a Switch?
No.
So
no, because Boundary is usually silly like that, where it has like, you know, some of the old systems there.
We might add a Switch somewhere else, but like there's no reason to be like, hey, let's switch that out. Papa Pug asked, can we see a memento? Unfortunately,
I wasn't prepared to show one today, to be honest, but like,
unfortunately, I think using admin or using the debug to add a memento at this point will break some of the cutscenes. So maybe if there's time, we can show stuff, but probably not.
Okay. Yeah. Plus there's a time slot, so we'll have to see. But I wasn't prepared to show one today.
So also, someone said Princess Pride. Like, I feel Princess Pride has a bit more to return as well, like compared to, again, Tora or whatever. But like, we really don't want to just bring people back just because, hey, it would be really nice to have someone come back. So for someone to come back, it has to be worthwhile.
Oh, the debug menu is pretty much just use secret keyboard commands and get things.
So yeah, debug it's very simple. It's very low tech. You push a button, you put in a number, and you press enter. And actually, depending on how Killer is recording this, if he's using to capture the game itself,
it won't even show up on the screen.
Yeah, it won't even show up because it's a pop-up. It's its own little thing. So someone asked, XZJR123 asked, are there going to be any boss rush modes post game?
Boss rush modes? I mean, there's boss rushes for sure, but boss rush modes.
So, not to say no. It depends. Like, if you want to like just fight every boss back to back to back to back, like probably not. But like there will be some sort of boss rush. Will it be repeatable? Probably not. But
maybe because it's not something I'm worried about. Maybe I'll put it at the very end, but we're not really planning for something like that.
Yeah, so there won't be like this game mode where you load up the game, you have new game, continue, and boss rush. There won't be that. Like
if you want it in bug max later, but we're not even considering that at the very moment. We're just focused on other things. But it's not saying I'm saying no. It's just we haven't thought about it.
I mean, I've thought about it, and it's not something that I personally feel arguing for. So, like, if you guys can argue a good reason for it,
put this way: if Max says it's like a lot of problems trying to get that working, then probably no.
From a technical standpoint, it doesn't seem like there would be. But I mean, like Game Maker is really weird.
Yeah, you never know.
So anyway, will Wins make a robot that can speedrun CX? I actually don't think so. I will speedrun Chrono X instead. So, okay, Lucky Typhosian asks, if not Game Maker, what would you have written the game in? So, I can't speak for Max. I don't know if he's answered this question or not because I've kind of ignored the central general chat to focus on the stream questions channel. But for me personally, I would probably pick between Java or C++. I know a lot of people don't really like Java, but like for me, I'm most comfortable with Java, and C++ I know is very powerful. So like, and I think the config tool is actually written in C++. I can't remember. I know Max said some part of Chrono X was C++, and I want to say it was the config tool. And there it is. Little fat kid says Java ! Question mark. Yes, I like Java. I work with it at my job, and it is the best. I mean, it's not the best, but it is what I know best.
Everyone complains about every language, man. There's something new.
Yeah, everyone complains about every language. So like, personally, my thing is the people who complain about languages are the people who are like the ones that you really shouldn't listen to.
Except Max, who complains about Game Maker. That's valid complaints. Right?
I mean, yeah, okay. So like, I should rephrase that. The people who look down on other languages, I feel like you shouldn't look at. So like, Game Maker isn't really a language. It's a weird kind of like drag and drop, but also program thing. Like, it's kind of like Visual Basic.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
All right, so
which is more of a hassle, making things for the overworld or in battle? So, I can't speak for Mid because Mid does a lot of the overworld stuff. I personally am not good at overworld because of the isometric perspective. Like I struggle with. Okay, so actually, let me rephrase that. I can do isometric sprites that are static. I struggle with animating I can't speak. I struggle with animating isometric sprites. So for me personally, I would say isometric sprites are harder. So overworld sprites are harder. But that's because like the battle sprites are rather similar to ZX and Zero, which is what I was familiar with first. Like there's not the same fluid movement because like there's the teleporting animation and whatever. Like for me personally, I feel like battle sprites are easier.
Okay, so actually, we're at the best part of the demo. Well, the only part that they can see, anyway. There's other cool parts, but we're at that part.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll shut up for a bit.
Yeah, most part. Any questions we'll be taking after this is over or after the stream. So from here on out, we're pretty much just gonna be watching this because it's cool. This is I always have fun at these.
So I think this is probably one of my favorite parts of like the overworld.
Yeah, the overall looks pretty nice here. I don't know, how long does this part take us? Well, a lot, because we went back and forth on the internet area so many times. Like, no, this and this and this has to happen, so we must make it like this.
Yeah.
That's what you get for a plot. For a better plot, this is what you suffer.
I don't think Max likes Java or C++ either.
No. Well, he doesn't like anything, so what is it?
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of C.
Someone calls the alarm again.
Lan accidentally did the thing.
You know. Love this thing.
I have the stream audio turned off, unfortunately.
Oh, that makes sense.
Because otherwise I'd hear, like, myself and you.
Just play on the computer and you can play along.
This is my favorite theme. So just let me know when you want to do questions again.
Well, it's gonna be after we do the next follow-up boss fight. So.
Okay.
I do like Commando Man's design a lot, though, to be honest.
Usually like what?
Commando Man's design.
It's really good. Like, I used to be really a fan of Zeta's sprite, and then I saw Commando Man in action doing stuff I don't think we'll get to see in this playthrough. But like, I like his design overall. It just kind of got the best of me right now. I really like Commando Man's personality more too.
Yeah. I used more of like a cocky guy who does that as a facade than anything else.
Like, imagine Guts Man, but smart, and you kind of have Commando Man.
I wouldn't even say that. Gutsman has personality. Well, maybe anime Gutsman, but game Gutsman, I don't know. I wouldn't say that at all.
Maybe, I guess.
Because Gutsman, the only thing I know about Gutsman is guts. That's the only thing I know of him.
Well, so here's the thing, though. Like, depending on which game, it's like sometimes he says the guts, sometimes he doesn't say the guts. It's like, I don't think he said guts in like 2 at all.
No, he probably did.
No, because like I
even in Battle Royale 5, there's one cutscene you see him, he says guts. 5 was oddly consistent about that, even though he's like for one cutscene, if that.
No,
Yeah.
in Battle.net 2, I think he says yeehaw a lot. Because I knew one of the games he said something different.
He does say yeehaw.
He said yeehaw.
He says yeehaw in 3 too.
Does he?
Yeah, he does.
Maybe it was a translation thing. I don't know.
Cowboy guts? I don't remember.
Because like I don't remember him saying yeehaw in the anime.
Yeah, they walk past because no sprites. Also, Max is an idiot. I told him, I said, have the healing enemies run through. He's just like, no, this will be funnier this way. And he has like one healing enemy stop and look at the guy, just be like, do something, and just walks right past him.
So I personally think that it's better this way now.
Which one?
How they just walk past him.
Oh, because originally I was like, maybe they should just run through. They just bum rush, right? Like so many of them, they just run through, and then eventually some will get through, no matter what you do.
So like maybe to make that scene better, we could have like steam coming off Commando Man to emphasize that he's like, I guess, stunned or like not stunned, but like he's burnt out right now and he can't move.
Well,
like something could be done to make it
no,
look
because
better.
he's like, because when you have excellent power, you can't spam it, because it's just like
yeah.
He's like he fires, but he's not fast, right? He's just kind of like, I'm gonna blow, put me in the direction, I'm gonna blow it up. I'll blow this thing up right here. Oh, I gotta turn around. Oh, I'm dead. All right, so.
So two questions got asked before we stopped doing questions that I'm really excited to get to.
Well, so it'll be time.
Yeah.
In the meantime, let me go.
Oh, the Fist Solution said that Commando Man is like Guts Man plus Napalm Man. I can see that, I guess.
Napalm? Well, when he comes out the arms, okay, I get that. But...
Like not personality wise, but maybe like design wise. I don't know. Napalm Man seemed kind of smart.
He wasn't stupid at all. None of them are really stupid so much as they just don't follow orders.
I mean, Guts Man is stupid.
Well, it depends. Do you mean like, because like I said, he's following orders. If Dex gives him a bad order, then it's just like, eh.
So here goes some of the different colors that we were talking about. Like you see all these different colors that we have.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think the only reason he says Napalm Man is because of the arm cannon, it's like Napalm Man's arm. It's in a sense, but not really. It's just because barrels on arms, really. That's really the extent of
Yeah.
it. But beyond that, I don't really see it. Oh yeah, so the music kicks in, of course. Get rid of that thing. Thank you. It was a good touch to have this play outside the battles, man. Be in the battles.
Yeah, I agree.
Worth, that was exchange. That counter. Well, not really a counter, but it was just a reflect.
I mean, reflect is kind of a.
Let's see, what was it? Commander Man uses like the camo, right? So it's like he
Yeah.
camouflages in.
So like Medic guy said that in terms of design, it's like Search Man's color, Napalm Man's firepower, and Guts Man's like overall body design. I mean, I guess if you want to Frankenstein them together.
If you try to look for that, then eventually you're gonna find similarities, right?
I mean, yeah.
Like I say, if you look.
Like I feel like at that point you guys are trying a little too hard.
Mag Bomb's good. I love Mag Bomb.
Mag Bomb is really good. When you guys told me that we were bringing it back, I was actually really excited.
Of course, we got to nerf it because it was kind of strong too. If you did the right stuff with it, it was kind of strong.
Well, didn't we have to nerf Quick?
Yeah, we actually nerfed Quick a little bit. But you know, hey, they never really got to play the real Quick outside of Demo 3, so no big deal.
I mean, I don't even think the real Quick was in Demo 3 because we ended up making, well, I guess real quote unquote, because we made changes to him after that before he was nerfed anyway.
Right.
It's like basically Quick Meme was really OP. Like it was pretty bad.
Attack. I don't know where you got to ask Mid how he got inspired because I mean he did the design. I know Max was yelling at him to get the design right, not EXE enough, you know, things like that. And Mid was crying.
For what?
Because get the design right.
Oh, okay.
Eat that, New York.
So actually, I guess kind of going back to that one question about overworld stuff versus battle stuff. So like the sprite or the key item things that Killer's going around right now, the X program, I don't remember what they're called.
Data chips.
Data chips. I sprited those, and while they weren't too difficult, like it still took like more. It took me more time than I feel like it should have, and like all it's doing is spinning around and spinning. Like that's literally it. So. Shout out to Stunlocking Bass. Yeah, like
Nope.
so another thing that like it's really hard to like for you guys to know like how good Quickman is like because like you don't have anything to like compare him to. So like we have like the other like mementos like all planned out and stuff, and we could be like, hey, Quickman is a little too powerful compared to Memento X.
To be fair, I was blocking his spawn point. The Whirly. I was blocking his spawn point because I knew he was going there.
Oh yeah.
If you block his spawn point, he won't do anything. But because there's a Mr. J in the way, and because I blocked his spawn point, he's like I can't do anything. Oh yeah, there was one time he was. Yeah, we'll check that. We'll check that out later. But anyways.
So.
Anyway.
So. Mega Man X Memento. No, it was just like Memento X. X is the placeholder.
Is it? It's censorship. It can mean anything. Censorship. Mega blank Memento. Someone use the Mega blank.
Oh, did this get a? Did Max up? Did you get the version of this that has the upgraded scene?
Yes, we do. Don't worry about it.
Oh my god, I love it because I worked on that. X program OP.
Yep. Hey, look, Giga SP gets a connection. Finally, someone gets it.
Someone gets what?
The connection. Giga SSB says something like that.
Oh,
It's you.
see that. Oh.
So yeah, they were always Redford always wanted to wait until Silent finished the X program. That's why they just left Skylab alone for a little bit.
Yeah. So like, I mean, they could have technically stolen like the incomplete X program whenever they hacked first time, but then they have to finish it.
Right. So like, why wait? Let them do the work. We'll just take it when it's done. It's like hackers coming to take the Chrono X source. Why?
Not to mention, like there is also that hit to morale. Like you worked on this thing, you did it, and like it got stolen. So like there's that huge morale drain.
Right. It's more psychological than anything else. Also, it's efficient.
I mean that too. Like, not to confirm or deny anything. Like you have to remember that like aside from the fact that Scilab has been hacked like twice at this point somehow, like they are really really smart.
Actually, I did bring that up in the story later on. Like how is this happening? It's explained, but
yeah, it is. I just didn't want to say it, but
right.
Like aside, like I know how like one could consider, oh, they can't be that good since they've been hacked in the first 2 or the first 3 chapters alone, like twice. Like I get how you could come across that. There is justification for it. It's very valid, but like it's important to note that just because like there is this one particular weakness that they have does not discredit how smart they are.
Correct.
Like Dr. Hikari still took a human and turned him into a net heavy.
Right.
Like that is pretty impressive. Like, yeah, their security is shit, but...
Okay, so this boss is actually difficult. Well, considering... I did not hack this Skylab. I did not hack Skylab. What are you talking about?
So, I think I actually had less difficulty with this version of Raven than his first version whenever I was testing. I don't know why.
Because your chip structure at that point?
I mean, maybe.
Could be his chip structure. Okay, that's fine.
I think it's because like once he changes the dark panels, like I inherently change how I play against him.
That's
and
good.
like I don't suck.
That's good. That's good. You should be doing that. Ooh, that was bad.
Just Monica.
There we go. Here it comes. The dark stage.
Here comes the Crimson Chin. So, like, aside from the fact that his AI really likes to spam the Raven Claws, like, I really like the attack. It seems like it is a bit too frequent for my liking. And I know it's just RNG, but, like, like, it really does kind of bug me sometimes.
Game Maker doesn't give you much options for customizing boss stage, to be perfectly honest with
No, I mean I completely totally understand, and like so like there are solutions for that. Like you have all of his attacks take up multiple AI slots, and be like, well, he only triggers this if he rolls a 1, but like if he rolls 3, 4, or 5, like he'll do this attack, or if he rolls whatever, like. But then that's artificial AI expanding, and then you run into other issues down the line.
Squawk.
Caw!
I'm getting the X program, Mega Man. Caw.
Can we change all of Raven's dialogue to end with caw?
I think it's too late for that, man.
Damn it!
It's too late.
You're right. All those text boxes we have to change. Going forward, after his defeat of Mega Man, he develops a disorder because reasons. That sounds valid. Watching his underlings get deleted by the X program was so life-changing that he is now a crow.
Craw.
Craw.
Craw. Instead of caw, it's not craw.
Craw.
Caw.
Craw. Because he has a claw, it's what happens whenever you combine claw with craw.
Alright. He does the thing. Some people didn't even notice that little foreshadowing trick we did there, but you know, what can you do?
What foreshadowing?
You know the thing.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, there's a bit of delay on my end anyway, but I saw it. Hey.
Boom, there it is. There it is.
People are apparently seeing this for the first time. Here it is, my favorite part. Ah, so good.
Right.
Oh, it actually looks like Max didn't use the changed version. No, he didn't. So that's the... No, I can tell he didn't. That's the old graphic.
Oh, okay. You got bugging, man.
I'm like 90% sure.
Yeah, see, Raven, he sees all this. His reaction is like, I'm not messing with this. I'm out of here.
So now Mega can randomly explode like that.
Yeah, you know what? If you saw that, you would leave. I'm like, no, I'm not risking my life. No, thank you, good sir. No, thank you. Good day. That'd be me. And that's the last thing I'm going to be showing you guys. So, Cheese, if you're still in the call, you know, there's probably some time till the next stream, so you want us to keep going? How's the next one look?
Video, so, but we're actually, we might be right on schedule. I don't know, you have like 15 minutes if you want to show stuff off. If not, we can move on.
I mean, I'm pretty much good for now because we show off a lot, and I want to keep the resources to minimum. So,
if they need more time, we can answer more questions.
Right,
I guess
we still have like what 15 more minutes. So if they want to do more Q&A, actually, there's a couple more questions we want to finish up. But after Wins finishes those questions, we're gonna be.
Yeah, I'd say go ahead and go ahead and do that.
So I guess like the only reason why I was so excited for these questions was because they asked about what your favorite Battle Network boss was and who your hardest boss was. So like, I don't know if you have a favorite boss or not.
I have a few picks, but like as for one specific boss battle, that's really hard for me to say. But
well,
yeah, you can
I mean, my favorite boss in general. So like, I have two. So I really liked Flame Man from Battle Network 3 because the candle mechanic, while he was not a hard boss, like I thought it was very unique.
Right.
So I really liked that. And in terms of like design, personality, and everything like that, I really loved Freeze Man, and that was partly why I pushed so hard for him to get a memento.
Well, Freeze Man was a terrible boss. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. He was terrible boss.
Yeah,
but,
no, like as a boss, as the fight, it was awful because like he literally did nothing
Right.
other than stand there and get hit.
Right.
So like the fight wasn't hard at all, but like design, personality, and like what he stood for were all really cool. Plus the fact that he was able to freeze the entire internet to the point where it impacted the real world. That's pretty badass.
That's more Banner being stupid with his writing. Because
I mean,
why would
yes.
why would freezing the net cause icicles to appear?
Well-
like why would freezing the internet like have mess up the environmental control program? It cause an earthquake. But you know.
I mean, I guess I don't know. Like I personally thought like because that like level is like final boss level impact in my opinion. So like I don't know. And then like the hardest boss for me in terms of Battle Network. So I don't know if this is necessarily okay. So the hardest part of Battle Network for me was the time trials in Battle Network 3, only because whenever I did them, I was so young. So I really struggled with that. But like hardest boss, I would have to say would probably be, and this is going to be really funny. I really think that all things considered, the hardest version of a boss I've ever fought was Gutsman in Chrono X. Like he is really difficult compared to other Gutsman.
Favorite boss. I mean, I do like Laserman's design a lot, but as a boss, kind of because you could just exploit with 2 squares away. Then again, like I have a habit of seeing all bosses in terms of like a AI loop that I exploit, so it's really hard for me to say that.
Which boss? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say Laserman, but like every boss I look at, I have a habit of like, seeing how they loop, so I can exploit it and what frames hit them on. So it's like for me,
his design was awesome though.
Yeah.
Like it's actually really kind of disappointing that he didn't get brought back. Like he stayed deleted. Like in a world where people get brought back all the time, like why did Laserman not come back?
Because Rico threw him away. He doesn't care about that, man.
I mean, I get that, but like, I don't know.
If
like,
Rico, if Rico cared about his navies, I wouldn't be Rico until he hit his amnesia. So it's like big.
I know. Like, but like, I don't know. That's just something I think.
Yeah.
Do you have a hardest boss?
The hardest boss, besides base BS. Let me think.
Okay, base BS is pretty hard.
Okay.
I have finally got around to playing against him. By the way.
You didn't stream it for me? I want to see
I
you
didn't.
suffer.
No, because this is back whenever I had Potato.
Potato.
So like I couldn't. And so like I could now, but like I have to get all my emulator stuff on here, and it's a huge hassle. Like I beat him once. I don't really want to do that again because I struggled with him a lot more than I should have. Like a lot more than I should have.
Let me see. All bosses from 6 are terrible, so they're excluded.
I can't like Battle Network 6 was not hard.
But 6 was terrible. 1 was terrible.
1 was only difficult because like the controls were shitty, I think.
No, it was only potentially difficult in the beginning because Woodman could heal infinitely, and if you didn't stop that'd be a huge problem. But beyond that, the HP totals weren't high at all, so you could just easily knock them out.
I mean, that's true.
So guys, any last minute questions you want to squeeze in before 7:15 or my time 7:15? But you have 12 minutes.
I turned off the bot, so if you have any questions, ask them on the Twitch stream.
If there's no more questions, I think we can pass it off to Cheese. I think Cheese still didn't hear us. So, last call. Any more questions?
Going once.
Going twice.
Going twice.
Going Chrono X. No.
Oh, wait. One question.
Someone says one question. Yes, Dan. Will you pet Max after this? Yes, I'll do a pet Max in the chat right now. Oh man, that's a huge chat log I gotta look through because I know there was some trolling I gotta see.
Are we writing enough program jokes or humor program jokes? So.
Yes, I'm writing plenty of jokes. Don't worry about that. I got that on new reps.
Yeah, and if for some reason Killer gets tired of it, I definitely have a number of bad jokes that can get added as well.
Yeah.
So I don't think you have to worry about that.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about
if the quantity of bent quotes that we have on our server is any indication, which I think we're at 100 some right now, we should have a decent selection of humor quotes. Q is the cutest Megadude. I would definitely have to say that Mick is the cutest Megadude.
I haven't seen his face, but probably he is. He's young.
I haven't either, but he's definitely the youngest, so that definitely, like he can't be like old and stuff, so
I'm surprised Wins your question and comment worked out perfectly. So
my what?
your question and command worked out perfectly.
Oh yeah, I know. I tested the shit out of it though.
Oh, someone wants a bent code NCP. Oh, why didn't I think of that?
We would have to pick the best of the best.
There's like thousands of bent codes I have at my disposal, but I have to pick a few. Oh, that's hard.
Even Mid agrees that Mick is probably the cutest. Mick is the cutest. I just like his personality. So if you know nothing else, his personality makes him.
Yes. Anyway, yeah.
Mid is angriest.
Mid is angriest.
I am so glad that Gur thing is like continued on. That is literally the best.
That should be a bent quote and be Gur.
It is a bent quote. There are like 3 bent quotes on Gur.
It's NTP. Just put Gur.
Oh yeah.
Gur. Press L. Gur.
There should just be a Gur Navi customizer part.
Yeah, put Gur. Make it one square red because it's angry, and then you press L.
Yeah.
Gur. It'll be screen cap for all eternity. Memed.
It'll be the best. Are you guys limited to the references to Capcom at least? So
we're not per se limited, but again, for the focus of the game and the scope, I really would like to keep things, only from Mega Man because we don't really want to involve too much outside. Actually, guys, I have one cool idea. I'm gonna post one little thing in this chat. It's gonna be a screenshot from a future scene. So you guys, in 5 seconds, I'm gonna be posting a screenshot, so don't skip too hard. And
reference.
Someone let me post a link.
Oh, here, put the link in the Discord. I'll post it for you.
Can I post it to you? Yeah. Go ahead, post that.
Okay.
I got to see the link.
You'll see what it is. There you go.
There it is.
There's a future scene. Be happy. Guess who that is? Guess who that is?
So wait, there was a question from NPeasant. Are Archer and Lance Fathers are Scilab scientists? Is Tiro's dad one too? Will we ever see him?
We won't see Tiro's father if that's enough of dad.
Are you guys familiar with Ash Ketchum? Are you familiar with Ash Ketchum's dad?
Yeah. We had what?
There you go.
You had one job. One job. I love that line. Because he's mad at them. He's saying you attacked Skylab together. You had an army and you still couldn't get it. What's wrong with you people? I love that.
I think that's it because I saw one question, but it was the Scilab scientist question, and people are guessing at who that is.
I mean, they're pretty much not. They're not that stupid. They know who it is. But yeah, it's a good design, and I love it.
It's a pretty dope design. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, awesome. You guys want to wrap up? Maybe we should. Well, I guess you can do the exclamation Chrono X to get their information. Anything you guys want to say for an outro or?
Outro. Look for the trailer soon because I'm gonna be bugging Max to finish up. I'll be posting the trailer everywhere. So once that happens, the trailer will have a release date. Once the trailer has a release date, that release date is guaranteed. We do not go back on our release dates ever. So once you see that, spread like wildfire. If you guys looking to help with the game, that is how you can help. If you see the trailer, you spread it like wildfire. That is what we need. We need you guys on the ground spreading it, and that's it.
Also, we have a Discord, which I think has been thrown out to the server as well. But if not, we can get someone to put out the link to the Discord server as well. That is probably the best way to get in touch with us consistently. We have the Facebook page, but like we're not always on the Facebook page. I know I can't personally access Facebook from my work, but I can be on the Discord from work. So if you have questions about stuff, we have dedicated channels for it on the Discord. So we might not get back to you right away, but like we'll get back to you. You can communicate with other fans, be like, hey, have they said anything about this, or this? And it might get you a response faster than if you were to post it on our Facebook page.
Right. So, Discord is also a good place to, come with updates. Let's post all the updates there. You could always ask us questions any single time you want. So, Discord's probably a good way going forward. We'll have all our social medias, of course. No reason not to have those. We'll have everything. But, guys, know how to contact us if you want to know information. All right, I think that's a good way to end it. We've gone on long enough. Cheese and Sir, you want to handle transition, and then we'll just quietly exit.
Sure. So I went ahead and posted you guys' Discord link in the chat, and yeah, awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
That's great.
Thank you for the host. Thank you